Hi everyone, Tusks here. Welcome back to the channel. Yesterday we broke down Troy's outer defenses, and today we are going to plan our next attack. Let's dive into the next mission, a fine plan.
Ah, and here he comes, Odysseus, a champion of Atlantis, sent to fight in my army. Join us, Arkantos. You know the famous Odysseus, surely.
I know of him. Your reputation precedes you.
As does yours. Are you ready for the siege? We could use your advice in planning our attack.
As the commander here, I have already taken care of the plans, Odysseus. You and Arkantos will take your armies and start the siege of the gates.
That's a fine start. What about the other armies?
Ajax and I will keep our men in reserve. When you get through, Ajax will rush his men in to clear out the Trojan defenders. Then I will enter and rescue Helen.
Sir, there's no gold nearby. We'll need to find and take over one of Troy's mining operations.
So the plan is to help the king while he is waiting, and we do not have any gold. So we have to steal it from Troy first. This was again a very long match, so while I was editing the video I decided to speed it up a little bit. Maybe I do not need to conquer the whole map, just focus on the objective. But the plan here was to first clean up all the gold income sources from Troy, because that gives us a little gold as well. Next, I wanted to wall off the area, so I'm a little bit more protected. And I want to bait the IE just to come through this small area. So I will leave that open, but heavily defend it, so that all the attacks are coming through that narrow path. And I do not have to defend on 3 different locations. On the water is a different story. That is a little bit the plan, and that is what you see happening right now. Sending all my villagers out, collecting resources, build some towers and upgrade them so they can shoot. Make sure that I gather all the resources that are available for me. Because I want that everything is coming through this little path, I decided also to build here the archery range. So all the military that I built is directly on the front. As you can see, it's working because the first attack is already going through there. A little thing you also can do is to, when you build ships and you are on the siege, you can dock it inside of your dock. The dock will shoot then the aggressor, and your ship is not immediately targeted and killed. Also, I'm trying to wall off the gold here. Housing is always an issue for me. And this time as well I go for Aphrodite, just for the improved villagers. Some farms as well, to gather more food. And you see I'm just trying to build up the base. Did not forget about the armory this time. slowly building up the armies. One gold mine is already finished, but I have a lot of gold in the bank, so I decided to get some more wood. Decorating the towers to make them stronger against horses, increase their aim. So what you see me doing here is just lure the enemy towards the wall, stand behind it and just shoot them, and try to protect my villagers as good as I can. In the next age I decided to directly build a fortress here to increase the defenses, and I received a siege weapon, so that is very nice. The Juggernaut ships are very strong against the arrow ships, so I built a few to protect my dock. And as I wanted to destroy the turret, another attack came out the Trojan gates, so I first had to defend again. And also with the hoplite training area, I will be able to build more soldiers on the front line more quickly. Also the catapult will help me destroying the towers. And because I'm now in the third age, the heroic age, I am able to build counter archers. Because they're very strong against the other enemy, because basically they are only building archers. And I counter them really hard, as you can see right here. Now is also the time to focus on the other side of the map, because I have a very good feeling I control this area. The Cilia is gaining heads while killing other ships, enemy ships. And as you can see, the hoplites are stopping the horses that are walking through, and the archers just pick them off. So now I try to push in a little bit, see how hard it is, but it's no use. And with the fortress here on the hill, I'm building siege weapons, the catapults, to break the base down here of Troy. And slowly but steadily I am killing and destroying everything Troy has, basically. And also here, strategy I want to use is to build a lot of myth units. The curse is always great to use. Their town center is destroyed, so I can take it over now. You can see that here's also a gold mine available for us. The ally of Troy is already attacking, but the counter archers are just making short work of it. And the idea here is just to build a massive farm area, so I will never run out of food. What I could do is here build more siege weapons and already push in the gates of Troy. But I decided just to wait and slowly but steadily push forward and take over the whole map. But maybe for another playthrough I can see how fast I can complete all the missions. For the 4th age, choose Artemis for the earthquake and the Chimera. Because this side is now not protected anymore, I'm walling it up as well. Upgrading my units, and yeah, I was too late here, so I had to use my god power just to ensure I can get the walls up. And the idea here was to build a lot of chimeras to protect this area and push from this side. So then I have two sides I'm pushing towards the gates of Troy. A few enemies slipped through the gates. That was unfortunate. And I also started to set up a trade to my own settlements to increase the gold income. I really hope that the special attack of the Chimera did more damage. Unfortunately, it did not. More farms, more upgrades, because why not? I really wanted to close the wall again. Luckily with the curse, the recasting of curse, I could stop the attack. And I also hope with an extra tower behind the first one I can push them out. It seems that it's not working any longer, so now I'm also getting attacked from two sides. Now with two chimeras and all the villagers in the area, I hope to wall it off for good. Oh, this hero was trapped, so let's get him to the other side. Build an extra fortress. Here I also want to push on the water. With the archers I also brought to the other side. It's much easier to protect against the attacks of Troy now. The toxic arrows of Artemis are really helpful when defending. Basically you can hit them a few times and run away and they still receive damage over time. On the water I tried to push my luck. I did not thought they had a lot of... And now I'm also mass producing chimeras and upgrading as much as I can just to take down the wall of Troy, or the gate of Troy. More farms because you have to do something. And here I thought I just can earthquake this area just to make it a bit easier for me to proceed with the attack. And in hindsight I had to do it way earlier. I did not need, or I do not need so many villagers on the farms. And the ally of Troy is only sending archers, and that's pretty easy to protect against. I'm also building the special horse units. They have extra bonus damage against buildings, so that will help us as well. And on the water it's just defending. I finally took down the market. And for this mission as well, I am using a lot of villagers to produce favor. And that will help us with recasting the god powers and building very strong myth units. And now I'm just checking if all the upgrades are built. And here I'm checking if I have anything more to upgrade, just because I have the resources. And I try to push on the water as well. The cilia of the enemy is way too strong to face alone. The cilia of the enemy is way too strong, so I need a hero unit. Luckily we can build a hero ship. And I'm also decided to push on the ally of Troy. Again with counter archer units and a catapult for the buildings. So with a catapult I can break down their structures and their buildings, and if he runs out with his archers I will counter them. The Argo is the hero ship, and with that I should easily kill the cilia. Oh, I guess someone died. And the cilia. And I cannot upgrade anything else. The only thing there I need to do is make sure my military is not getting hit by the town center, and just destroy it with the catapult. And it's just in time that I get the base, because I'm running all out of gold. Gold on the map, not in my bank. What I could do is basically kill all the villagers. What I could do is basically kill all my villagers and make military units. That would speed up the process a lot. I was also still producing more caravans. What is really not needed. I'm looking for all my military units.
Έτοιμοι, βούλομαι. Πρόσεχε. Έτοιμοι, ναι.
And now I try to destroy the gate. He has quite an army build up here. And I cannot use any god powers too close to the gate. I have to lure them a little out. If I want to use the curse again. Yeah, that's not so smart that I let Arcantos die all the time. No, I really can't use the earthquake there. So I decided to use it a little lower just to do some damage to the units. It is not a lot. But I hope it's just enough for my hoplites to go in and kill the rest off. And basically because I have so many resources, I'm just throwing everything at the gate. And eventually it will fall. And now all the units here are killed from Troy. And I have some catapults, I can just go for the gate. And by this point I already won the game. But the more I can destroy, the better it is. Yes, we do. Now you see they are trying to use god powers to stop us, but we already had won the game. Maybe not as optimal, but still fun. Tomorrow we are going in and rescue Helen. For now, thank you all for watching, and remember, have a wonderful day.